Okay, and welcome to Wankdorf Bern for the women's final of the Swiss Ultimate Association between Fabulous from Bern and West from.
Geneva, Lausanne, Neuchâtel, and Nyon.
So,
All,
West.
yes, all the teams from Western Switzerland joined
Perfect.
together to make a women's team.
Excellent. I'm Derek Gottlieb.
And I'm Ulrike Lehmann.
We're very excited to be bringing you this game on the live stream.
Okay, we get the small huddles, just teams pumping each other up before the game is starting.
A few last minute advice pointers, things to focus on, reflections on how we got here. This is one of my favorite moments of a game, especially
really,
a finals.
Yeah. Really, everything you worked for all season long, this is where it comes to a head. It's like really exciting. And also you can see the stands are filling up slowly with all the other games finished.
That's right.
So heading in. Ooh, you can really feel the atmosphere. It's like always
you
like
can,
you
yes,
get
yes.
goosebumps.
That special finals atmosphere. West very excited, very fired up, very in sync in the cheer. You can really tell a lot about a team and how they're going to play by
the cheer.
By how they come out of the huddle. An underappreciated aspect of team maintenance and focus.
West is ready to go. Fabulous is still focusing.
Deep breaths together, telling a long story.
Okay. I have a small feeling that West might be starting on offense, looking just at the women setting up on the line, because you got some very good throwers and receivers setting up there.
West starting in the north end zone. Fabulous starting in the south end zone.
Oh.
Yes, that looks like Fabulous's D-line as well.
Yeah. Okay. So, and for West, getting people setting up on both sides of the fields to have some help from the sidelines. That's always important.
Very interesting to see what strategy Fabulous comes out with to try to slow down the West offense that they will already have seen yesterday.
Yeah, and they've already tested that out about a month ago when they had the first round.
Indeed.
Okay.
Fabulous setting up their defense. Got sideline players listening in so that they can help talk to people on the field from the sidelines.
Yeah, that's always important.
If I had to guess, it looks like they are going to force sidearm.
From the way they're pointing.
From the way they're pointing.
Yeah, and I think also on the West side, Yannick organized the line, what she wants.
Excellent. Just a few seconds until this final is underway officially.
And
Fabulous
there we go.
With a lovely pull. 2/3 of the way down the field. West gets to start their offense. First throw turnover for West.
That's nerves showing.
Melina Bacher picks up over to Sarina Schenk. Fabulous trying to fast break and score. Disc is on the doorstep in Anna Kampfer's hands. Back to Sarina Schenk and a pick call.
It's always good for players to use the hand signs. Makes our life much easier. You can see the muscle sign. That's the
muscle sign. I like that.
Couldn't follow your player. There you go. Nice swing.
Disc moves quickly. Fabulous scores first.
And they start
breaking
with a break.
West 1-0 Fabulous. West undeterred. The whole team goes back to the line, picking each other up.
Yep. That's something West worked on. That's kind of team strategy. Always come together. Show you're ready.
Very important for team spirit.
And from a personal feeling, I also would say it's quite intimidating for the opposing team.
Certainly. The wind picks up just a little bit here. Fabulous sets its defense again.
Okay.
No one is playing 2 points in a row for Fabulous.
Maybe they're going with the wind direction.
Whereas West features some of the same players. That's a
Trying to do better.
Cerulli pull goes out of bounds.
Which means you will start from the brick. There's a cross painted in the field. This is where the disc will be brought to.
That is how
And
we
this is where you go.
restart an out of bounds pull. West starts their offense with some handler
another
movement.
one.
Turnover in the backfield. Laura Niederhuser picks it up and goes to Yannick in the end zone. 2-0 Fabulous with 2 breaks to start this game.
Yeah. There might be a bit of miscommunication on the west side, so I think they just need to get their focus back in the game, and I think we will have a game.
Eliane Lehmann takes a timeout, get their heads back together,
Yep.
which is exactly the right move. Calm down the nerves a little bit,
Yeah, I fully agree.
refocus, and align with each other.
Okay. I think it's really the nerves showing. You can really tell that Fabulous had a bit more experience in playing finals.
It really helps also. One of the most important things to do in a high-pressure game like a finals is to play defense first. It doesn't hurt you if you get scored on. You're supposed to get scored on a little bit. All you can do is good things from a defensive perspective, and it really helps get those nerves out. There's no pressure on you. All the pressure's on the other team, and if things go well, like they have for Fabulous so far, it really brings the energy level up.
Yep.
So, good start for Fabulous. Good timeout taken by West to get their nerves calmed down. And here we come with point number 3. And a fresh new line for West.
Fresh minds, fresh hands, fresh legs.
If you could hear that sneeze on the live stream, that was definitely Olivia Hauser, world famous for her terrifying sneezes. It sounds like a joke, but it is not.
Jenna with the disc. Got Yannick
West
Galland.
moving their
Nice.
offense nicely up the field.
Ooh, nice save from Jenna Yildiz.
Saving possession, continuing to work up the forehand sideline. Lucy Pocher with the disc, back up to
another
Jenna,
one.
attacking the
hits.
up line. Switches fields over to Yannick Galland.
This looks like a much better offense from West.
And we continue to take easy, open forehands.
Erica Knights with the disc. Oh,
And
another touchdown.
miscommunication in the handler set.
So now it's time
Fabulous
to play
looking to
defense.
fast break again. Aronita Zur bouncing it around. Anna Kampfer on the forehand sideline. Points Eugenia Harms. Up to Asra. And Asra looking deep for Laura Niederhuser. Goal Fabulous. That is 3-0. For teams playing in high pressure situations like this, I wouldn't be surprised if West is thinking to themselves about playing games to 3, so that every time one team scores another 3 points, the game is over and a new game restarts. So instead of being down 0-3, it is now 0-0. That game is over. New game to play.
That sounds a good strategy.
West's offense was looking very clean on that last point, right up until a miscommunication in the handler set. But so far, Fabulous has not been able to shut down their upline motion, which is exactly what West is looking for. The pull is off again. Eliane Lehmann picking up, centering to Simona Vogel, and away we go up the backhand sideline this time. Phoebe Chambal with the disc.
Yes.
Good smooth disc movement in the handlers,
Again.
keeping things well distributed.
Flo Windler.
Holding the disc,
Thanks
that
to Simona.
throw and go motion is quite devastating. Sima just running things from the handler position.
Oh,
Flo with an unfortunate drop
Couldn't get her
off
hand.
of a diving attempt. And Fabulous running to the disc again. Olivia Hauser putting up a big shot.
to Charlotte. Terrasson
Ooh.
defended by Flo. Almost on the second attempt.
Flo makes a great defensive effort almost caught
Yeah.
on the
On the
come
second
down.
attempt.
Both teams putting forth all the effort that they brought to the stadium this afternoon. Eliane Lehmann walking the disc in for West. West in a vertical stack. Zippering in the back. Disc moves across the field to the forehand side to Olga up the line.
Oh, there's a big
There is a
call.
call on the field. Looks like a pick.
Or maybe even a foul call.
No, looks like a pick.
Okay.
Data seems to have called pick and is now caught up to Flo or Eliane. It is hard to tell from this angle.
Yeah.
Olga
and also
has
they're
the disc.
doing a lot of switching. Fabulous. That's what I noticed when I
Mhm.
saw them playing yesterday.
Certainly, they've been working on that over the last month. I know that's something that they have taken from the national team, to be sure. There's some
But it
drills
looks
there.
very effective.
Great pressure from Charlotte causes a turnover. Datsa picks it up 10 meters out of the end zone, fires
Another
across
one.
the field. The disc hangs a little bit, but Olivia Hauser reads it perfectly. Goal Fabulous. That is 4-0. Fabulous. Or, if West is thinking in these terms, 0-1 in the new game.
Can you show the replay from the first catch?
An attempt.
Okay.
And Fabulous run to the disc again.
So here we have
Olivia
the
Hauser
replay.
putting up a big
The
shot. Olivia's deep shot to
Charlotte.
Charlotta.
Terrasse.
Great play by
Defended by
Flo on the disc. So close to a miraculous catch. You could hear the stands erupt when she made that play. Really fun to watch.
You see how important it is to never give up on the disc while it's in the air.
Absolutely. Especially in a situation where there's swirly wind like this.
Okay.
West
Again, West setting
setting
up.
themselves up, firing each other up. And now the score is accurate at 4-0.
Still
Fabulous
working hard
has sideline helpers to keep each other cool.
on- Okay,
Jenna receiving the pull up to Seema on the backhand side of the field. There is a
Another
pick on Yannick as she comes out of the stack. Sarina Schenk is going to catch up.
Okay.
Players are getting set up again, figuring out what the stall count is, if any, before checking the disc in. Seema checks the disc, moves it over to Jenna on the forehand side of the field.
Oh,
Jenna
nice save
fires
from
low.
Natalie.
And the disc looking for a reset, looking to switch fields. A nice throw up to Yannick. Yannick with a beautiful forehand
And another
inside
great
out.
save by Natalie.
West possesses the disc in the red zone for the second time this game. The stall count gets high. A throw goes up across the field. Lucy Pocha makes a great play on the disc, gets rid of it. Yannick Gallen looking for help. Stall count getting a little bit higher. She fires to the back of the end zone. It is caught for West's first goal of the game. An attempt.
And
4-1. Fabulous.
that this was called by Maggie.
And now to see what West can do on the defensive end of things. This will be the West's first time playing defense, pulling in this game, and where Fabulous has had a ton of success being able to pick the disc up and get it in motion immediately and put West on their heels with fast breaking. This is West's first chance to set up a D and try to make strategic problems for Fabulous's offense. I'm excited to see what they do.
We just had the replay of the point from West. Really nicely patience on the backside, on the back end of the end zone from Maggie.
Yannick Galland is one of the best at being patient, seeing what is available, and having the skills to hit that from wherever she is on the field. Excellent, excellent mental toughness. The pull is up in the air. Datsa Sulili takes it down, centers to Olivia Hauser. West is playing a little bit poachy in the lanes, trying to stop easy open throws. Yannick up to Charlotta. as Fabulous crosses half field and is putting pressure on the forehand side. Olivia Hauser gets the disc up the line and fires into the end zone for Yannick, who makes a great catch. A little bit of contact with Flo Windler.
But great read.
Great
from
read. Great read, great defensive play. Very calm and collected offense from Fabulous. 5-1 is our score. And here we see Olivia Hauser getting it back up the line again, and just with a little bit of a pause, fires into the end zone. In the lanes, trying to stop easy open
There we
throws.
have the
Yannick
replay.
up to
Yep.
Charlotte. Watch Olivia come from all the way across the field to make that
pressure on the forehand side.
cut. Her defender is not expecting it. She's able to get the disc, and that is what opens up the throw into the end zone. Fabulous talking about the defense that they're going to run right now, how they're going to continue to make pressure for West. If I'm Fabulous and thinking about trying to, the places where West has really struggled has been in their handler communication. If I'm Fabulous, I'm thinking about trying to make them throw the disc among their handlers as much as possible.
Yeah, like shut down their forward options and make them swing it. Tight spaces.
Even taking some pressure off of their handlers so that they feel very comfortable throwing the disc back and forth.
Let's
While
see.
denying the downfield. Let us see. Let us
Let's
see
if
what is
they
happening.
They listen to you.
West has a very strong offensive line out right now. Very careful with the disc. Simo Foglu picks up, centers the disc,
To Erica.
and now we are off.
This to Phoebe.
Phoebe Shamba makes a nice inside-out cut. Disc is just in front of, at about the brick mark on the forehand side of the field. Stall count is getting a little high. A nice release cut downfield.
Yeah, we got
Moves the
Inge
disc
with the
all
disc.
the way to the line.
So this to Valentine.
Beautiful
Erica again.
field switching. West using the whole field, attacking the red zone. Ooh, disc goes
Pulling.
right over Laura
Nice.
Niederhauser's hands. Phoebe Shamba drops the disc.
Yeah, I think she.
That looked like a spike to me, didn't it? I'm just teasing. That's
Yeah,
unfortunate. You
she
could see her.
The body language
Anger
really
with herself,
let you know
yes.
that she was like.
Mhm.
I think it was the pressure on D maybe that kind of
Sure. Mhm.
threw her off a little bit. So it's
Mhm.
really because
Fabulous played great high-pressure defense
Yeah.
on that point, and yet West worked its way right through. And now Fabulous going back the other way. Disc is on the goal line, and they've had a few passes there now.
okay.
West doing a great job of keeping the disc on that goal line, allowing them to throw side to side, but not letting them get downfield. Whew.
Lane.
A nice aggressive layout from Ferro. Sarina plays through it. Disc is back in the middle of the field for Fabulous. That's the first good gainer, and now we have a nice half switch from Vero.
Casual catch by Azra.
Casual catch in the middle of the field. Disc back in Laura Niederhauser's hands, who fires it over to Sarina Schenk. We are on the doorstep for Fabulous. I say we being myself and the viewers, not we being Fabulous.
Oh,
A nice,
bit high in the
a
air.
big
and some
swing
contact.
from Sarina. Goes over Asra's head. It is unclear to me what is happening. It looks like a turnover.
Yeah,
And I think that's the right call. I think some
Yes.
people might have called foul on that, but foul is for when the contact affects the outcome of the play.
Yeah, the disc had already flown over their
Mhm.
hands.
And Asra may have made an argument that she would have had a chance to catch it again if not for the contact, but I think that was the right call, or the right no call. West working back up the field. Ooh, a nice throw to Phoebe Shamba on the forehand side, who puts it deep to Vero.
Vero. Can she get there? Wow, nice
Vero
grab.
makes a great catch, 1 meter out
Now
of the
it's a
end
question.
zone.
Patience, patience.
There's a turn the page offering.
To
Phoebe
Phoebe.
Shamba receives the disc. Now that was a real spike. A real honest to goodness spike for Phoebe. No doubt about that
Just
one.
showing everyone that this
Mhm.
time she really had it in her
As
hands.
Vero lofts the high release backhand for the score.
They're
5-2.
going with the-
Let's see this catch again. Wonderful
one.
catch. Gets a toe inbounds. A nice throw to Phoebe Shamba on the
Here
forehand
comes
side, who
the
puts it
big
deep
huck
to
to
Vero.
Can she get
Vero
there?
makes a great play on the
nice
disc.
grab.
Makes a great catch, 1 meter out of the
Oh,
end
it's
zone, and looks at the turn the
the
page
option.
cut before throwing the backhand. And now West has another chance to go on a little bit of a run here, which will start with this break. They've got some real
Let's see.
athletes on that defensive line, it looks like to me.
Yeah, and if they want to start the, as you said, with the games of 3, so for now it's 1-0 for West.
It is 2-2 in this game to 3. Actually, it was
Oh, yeah?
3-0 for Bob. So this is universe point in this game to 3, with West pulling to win. Disc centered in the middle of the field with Datsa Fabulous running an ISO stack to the near side. Hannah Ecker with a nice high release backhand fake, and we're moving back to the forehand side of the field. Disc in Datsa's hands again. Yannick catches it on the forehand sideline. Up to Ola, 2 meters out of the end zone. Fabulous just looking confident and chilly with the disc. Datsa takes a nice forehand inside out rip to Hannah Ecker for the goal. 6-2 Fabulous. Nice now it is 0-0 again.
It was a very clean offense from the
very clean
Fab side.
offense.
And I think a lot of their players had a hand on the disc. You can really see they don't rely on 1 or 2 players. They really use the whole team.
Their
Play, it's
timing
nice.
and their spacing is really quite good. It's very easy for them, it seems like, to move the disc in 2 seconds or less. And you have their players looking to get rid of the disc if they don't see anything in front of them in 2 seconds. That makes it very difficult for a team to play defense against. What will be interesting in the rest of this game is to see if West can adjust to that and try to make them, as they did in the point prior to this, throw a lot of passes while gaining very few yards. That, I think, is going to be the strategy that West can use to get back in this game.
Let's see how it goes. Now we start again with West on offense.
Nice pull to beyond the brick mark. Seema centers the disc. West working up the backhand side of the field with Yannick holding the disc. Flo Vindler makes an athletic catch. Back to Seema. Back to Flo.
Tight defense there.
Yep. Throw goes into a tight window. West turns it over. Laura Niederhuser running to it to pick the disc up to Asra.
Eugenia with the
Up
disc.
to Eugenia.
Get Laura with the disc.
And here again we can see Fabulous moving the disc extremely quickly. Nobody holding onto the disc for more than 3 seconds. Which puts West in a position of having to chase. A timeout is called on the field. I would assume that West called it, but I am not sure of that.
Yeah. Also, I missed the timeout call.
Yes.
I think it's every team has 2 timeouts per half they can use. So, since timeout will be at 8 points for one team.
Halftime will be at 8 points for the first team to get to 8. That's when
8.
halftime happens.
Yeah. So it means it might be a good time also to use the second timeout if you have it.
Veronique Mayor helping out her team, giving them a couple of points of focus. Flo Vindler picking up the energy level for West. Fabulous playing like a machine. Hannah Ecker has had a great game so far. Every time she's been involved, good things have happened. Oh, it is 8-3 right now. No, it is not 8-3. It is 7-2. Gotcha.
Yeah.
This is the live image. I'm working on the halftime.
Perfect. So is this your first time live streaming? It's my first time live streaming.
No.
You're very experienced.
No,
okay.
not very experienced, but Talampaya is doing live streams once in a while, so They already helped out there.
That's funny. The hardest part about live streaming, I find, is not finding things to talk about. It's keeping my hands away from this microphone that's right in front of my face, which I keep accidentally hitting. True story.
Says
Fabulous getting set to pull. Datsa rips a
Wow.
backhand
that's
to the end zone line, low and hard.
you got
West
Elian
centers to
with this.
Elian in the middle of the field.
Phoebe
Kicks
trying
it
some
out to Phoebe
isolation.
Shamba on the backhand sideline. Vero comes back to bail out the offense. A lot of double cutting for West, but West continues to possess and play cleanly. A high outside in backhand from Phoebe goes up into a crowd. Ultimately knocked to the ground by Fabulous. But now Fabulous cannot fast break it. Laura Niederhuser walks to the disc, facing Vero's mark. Good pressure on a short completion to Datsa Cerulli. Back to Niederhuser. Around to Hannah Ecker, opening up the backhand sideline. Big fake. Looks like Elian might have gotten a little hand on that, but pass is completed to Yannick. Fabulous, not a ton of motion downfield, but also not a ton of pressure that their throwers are feeling, it looks like. Anina Karen, the birthday girl, is going deep, but does not receive the pass. Datsa still has the disc on the forehand side of the field, with Yannick as one option, but she goes for the crossfield hammer to Laura Niederhuser, who ruins the disc trying to catch it.
Looks a bit warped. Oh yeah.
It does look a little bit warped. So the teams will now exchange that disc for a new and better disc, and then we will restart the game. This is what happens when the equipment gets ruined by somebody trying to catch a hammer. I would call that hammer ill-advised, even.
Yes.
Upside down throws are wonderful, but throw them into the end zone if you're going to throw them.
It also came down really straight and fast, so it was really hard. That
Vero, learning from Datsa, fires a hammer to Phoebe Shamba. The disc is on the goal line. Phoebe makes a nice offering up line. Elian receives the forehand pass and fires to Lucy just a little bit outside.
But so Fabulous starts again.
There seems to be some kind of discussion.
There might have been a call on the cuts.
It looks like it,
This goes
and
back.
the disc is going back. Very interesting. And this is where, as an observer of Ultimate, from under the tent or in the stands or wherever, one has to sort of reason one's way backward to, like, what kind of violation would have caused the disc to go back here? It must have been a pick prior to the pass that threw the turnover that would have
Yes.
affected that play. That's the way that West has maintained possession. Disc is now again on the goal line in West's possession. Elian once again catches the disc and swings it out to the forehand side. West cutting into the front corner of the end zone. Lucy has the disc, looks to throw it back into Phoebe Shamba. Goal again for West. That is a hold. 7-3 Fabulous. Or 1-1 in the new game to 3.
West will be very happy about having scored their point.
Yes.
Trying to now get the momentum.
And this is it
Don't
for
have it go to half, but to continue scoring. But
The-
I think so far they haven't managed to break Fabulous once, so still working on that one.
the key to this game is whether or not West can apply pressure to Fabulous's offense, which is just running like a well-oiled machine
Yes.
in this game. This is the point. It's no team is ever out of a game in Ultimate because you can only score 1 point at a time, and because all it takes is a little bit of extra pressure to start generating breaks when the defense gets to score on the offense. But step one to that is West making Fabulous feel a little bit uncomfortable in their offense, making Fabulous start giving them a couple of turns. Individual players for West have been playing very tight defense on their players and making that a little bit more effortful for Fabulous. But I'd love to see a strategic adjustment here. Fabulous comes out running in an ISO stack again. West continuing to play person defense Asra gets the disc on the backhand side, fires back to the middle. West playing tight. Disc goes up to Sarina Schenk, who fires it into the end zone to Asra for a layout catch that the crowd loves. You can hear the crowd cheering.
I just noticed the stands are full.
The stands are full. A classic phenomenon for the early final is to start playing in front of no one and end playing in front of standing room only fans. That brings us to halftime. 8-3 Fabulous.
Yes. And even
Asra gets the disc. We have a replay of that last goal. Fires disc goes in the middle of the field. Excellent pressure from West. Throw goes up to Sarina Schenk, who sees Asra coming from the weak side, puts the disc where only Asra can get it. Great effort on the catch to take us to half.
huge crowd pleaser.
Huge crowd pleaser.
So now we're at half, so it'll be interesting to know what are these teams talking about. West probably talk about how we can get the momentum going, how to stop this smoothly running Fabulous offense.
That's right. The West captains or coaches are all huddling up together talking about adjustments to be made. In my experience, in situations very similar to this, the first 30 seconds are the leaders of the team getting together and expressing frustration for a second before switching gears to how can we make changes that we need to make? How can we put more pressure on Fabulous? How can we make sure that our offense is doing the things that we need to do? Meanwhile, the rest of West is all huddled up together, having regular citizen teammates remind everyone of what got us here, why we play this sport together, etc. West leaders go back to the huddle to bring the news of what we're going to do. Fabulous seems to have already come out of their huddle and are ready to start the second half.
Yes, well, I think they will be excited to continue on the streak they're having. So far,
it seems like a funny thing to say, but when you're up 8-3, it can be a really precarious position. Especially for players on this team who are relatively new, who have not necessarily played in that many finals. The end seems like it's so close, and you're up by so much. You're up by 5 goals over your opponent that if something goes just a little bit wrong, it can really start a negative chain reaction for your team, where the pressure goes up, the mistakes become a little bit more frequent, and all of a sudden the game is dead even again.
Yeah. Let's see if they can keep up the pressure, because I think that's also a thing. Like, you're leading by quite a comfortable margin, and also in your head, keep up that pressure, keep on playing. So let's see. Let's see how this half goes. Yeah, as you said, Fabulous is ready. West is doing the cheer.
One of the things that's interesting about the first half, or how this first half has gone for West especially, is given their aggressive nature and the way that they were playing against Zurich in the semis yesterday, I would have expected to see many more of their turnovers happen in the other team's end zone. It would just take a very minor adjustment for this game to be entirely different in the second half. One of the reasons that Fabulous was able to capitalize to the extent that they did is because they continued to benefit from short fields, especially early, that West was giving them. If West starts getting more aggressive with their throws, as I think they would want to do, this second half could be quite different.
And we know that they can, because we've seen that. Yeah. They just need to believe in themselves.
Certainly. Also very interested to see whether or not new defensive adjustments are coming from. Fabulous has demonstrated no difficulty so far with the person offense that West is running. Would love to see West throw something a little bit junky or poachy for 5 throws or so, and then transition back into a person. Something to make Fabulous think a little bit harder about what they're facing.
Yeah. It seems also the West seems a bit afraid of the deep shots.
Yes,
so they
certainly.
More easily giving them the undercuts, which Fabulous is just happy to take.
Yep. Big pull from West to start the second half. Yannick Galland all the way to the goal line. Olivia Hauser picks up and centers to Datsa. Hannah Egger with the disc on the forehand side of the field as Olivia gives her an outlet. Fabulous continuing to possess the disc. This is the kind of defense that I think West will need to play. I say as Datsa puts up a deep shot. That's exactly it. Collision between West players, but they eat up the long ball that Datsa is throwing to her teammates, and now West gets to start 10 meters in front of their own end zone with a chance to break to come out of the second half.
It looks like they did some adjustments too in their defense. Like that one is much more intense.
Certainly. They are really making a concerted effort to take away the up line. Now, Yannick Gallen, looking around the field, finds the open player.
Yeah, Sam with the disc to Natalie. Another great catch from Natalie.
Yes. Disc moving up the forehand sideline. West looking around for an
Around to
open
Inge.
player. People looking very comfortable and calm with the disc.
Nice shot.
Disc swinging all the way back to the backhand sideline as Elian
And
puts
big
up a
put from
big
Elian to
shot.
out. Oh, just
Sh-
at the tip of her fingers.
Couldn't quite hang on. Great shot, great run. Fabulous starts again on offense.
But Olga, she's such a great target on the deep shots.
Absolutely.
Great legs.
Very well timed. And that's the kind of aggressiveness that West needs to play. So even if West has turned it over, now Fabulous has to start from their own goal line, as
So
they
it
do.
seems they-
And West is coming out and playing something a little bit junkier. Their marks are a little bit less tight, trying to step off and make throwers think twice about throwing big throws. Datsa again with the disc on the forehand side of the field. West looking to switch and help a little bit more, allowing one open throw but taking away a big one. Ola up to Yannick on the forehand side. Yannick hits Hannah Ecker. Hannah holding the disc, moving back towards the backhand side. Olivia over to Eugenia, it looks like. See, once again, Fabulous able to move the disc within 2 seconds. Olivia back to Datsa in the red zone. Datsa winds up a forehand inside out and hits Hannah Ecker for the goal. That is the first point this game with more than one turnover.
Oh yes, and it looks like West listened to your to your suggestions.
I should probably stop shouting from this booth as I am clearly
Daring
being overheard.
Be more daring on the deep shots.
More daring on the deep shots. That was the kind of point that West will need to play for the rest of this game. It looks like a little bit more pressure on defense, a little bit more strategic about where they're going, and when they get the turnover, taking shots at the end zone. Fabulous able to move the. And here we have a replay of what just happened. A nice backhand break around to Datsa, who just leans to her right and fires that inside out forehand and hits Hannah Ecker for the goal.
Yeah. She really likes that shot.
She does.
I've seen it already more than once.
Yes, Laura Niederhuser with a pull that lands inbounds and rolls out, which means that West will have to take that disc at the sideline to start. A high pressure situation. West still running their side stack on the strong side of the field, which is interesting. And Fabulous playing defense to the middle of the field, giving a ton of room for these players. Sima Fogel walks the disc up to the line with one person in the offensive backfield who makes a big up the line cut. Sima fires across the field.
Valentine with the disc. To Colleen. Back to Valentine. Yeah. He's faking. Looking for an option.
West doing a great job of moving the mark. Flo Vindler puts it up to the end zone. Sarina Schenk is there for Fabulous. And Fabulous running immediately the other way, swinging all the way around to the other sideline. Miscue. Asra puts it just a little bit outside, too far outside. West is attacking.
We got a pick.
Pick called. Looks like there was a collision between Sima Fogel and Sarina Schenk. Flo Vindler has the disc in the middle of the field, about 30 meters outside of. Whoop.
Goes back to Valentine.
Back to Valentine. Flo is in the handler spot. Phoebe Shambaugh is in the fill spot. Nice swing over to Phoebe, who saves possession with a layout grab. Looking at the backhand.
Erica with the disc now, looking for an option.
Sima provides a safe outlet, fires across the field. Starting to make with great defensive pressure, causing the drop. Fabulous once again walking to the disc this time, setting up an offense. Laura Niederhuser calls timeout.
Again, we get another point with a few turns. So looks like West managed to do some adjustments on their defensive play to put on more pressure. They still need to play through the pressure that Fabulous is applying to get these points in, but I think
it might be a little bit late in the game for this to make much of a difference, but I think that a multiple turnover point situation, if this continues to be the trend for the second half, really benefits West, who has a bigger roster that they play deeper. Fabulous plays all of their players as well, but when games get tight, they are more likely to constrict, and West has had a principle for the entire season of playing all 21 of their players at all times. So when West gets more tired with these long points, they can put 7, or they feel very comfortable, I should say, putting 7 fresh players on when that may not be the case in equal measure for Fabulous. West coming out of their timeout huddle while Fabulous continuing to go over some strategic details.
Yeah, well, they will start with the disc, so...
They will start with the disc. They have more to talk about, it's true. Coming out of timeouts, for those of our viewers who might not know, the offense has 30 seconds to set up, while the defense, as you can see on the field here, gets to just stand around and wait for them to choose a position. Once the offense is set, then the defense has 30 seconds to get themselves into position, and then the disc will get checked in by the mark, and we resume play that way. Phoebe Shambaugh walking to the mark, looking like she wants to play force middle on Laura Niederhuser.
Yeah. And Fabulous set up in a horizontal stack.
Yep, they're bringing a flood from the third person over. Seems to have been a little bit of a miscommunication. Niederhuser to Asra, back to Niederhuser, who puts it up for a couple of people.
I think mainly Hannah was probably the target.
Great defensive play by West, getting in and breaking up the huck. And so West gets to start on offense from their own goal line once more. Sima Fogel picks the disc up, start with some handler motion from the offensive backfield, going across the field. Throw is a little too long for the receiver. Fabulous picks the disc up right away, puts it in motion. Asra has the disc in front of the end zone, hits Niederhuser on an upline cut, but there appears to be a pick call.
See how that goes.
Phoebe Shambaugh taps the disc in. Niederhuser looking around, throws a high release backhand to Anna Kampfer for the goal.
Yes, so we have 10-3 for the score. It was another
that is a break.
Yeah, multiple turn point, but in the end it's a break for Fabulous.
Yep. At this point in the game, if you are West, what do you think the leaders are saying to the team right now?
My suggestion would be just to tell them to keep on playing hard, just score each point at a time. It's really give a good show also to everybody here, and to come out of the game proud of what you've done.
It's in a game to 15. It's certainly far from over, but 7 points is a large deficit.
Yes.
And just as you said, one gets back in these games 1 point at a time. You're receiving the pull, score this point, and then go get a bunch of breaks.
First step, score this point.
Yes.
And there we go.
The pull is
from
up.
Yanni.
Lands on the backhand side of the field. Jenna picks up and centers.
Noemi with the disc, and shot to Yannick a little bit too far for her to get to. She usually gets almost every disc.
Inside out is a little too long. Laura Niederhuser picks up to Datsa Cerulli. There's some miscommunication in the West defense. Fabulous outside of the end zone.
Laura
A
with
high
the
throw
disc.
to Niederhuser that she brings in. Niederhuser back to Janika. Finds Charlotte Terrassen
For
in the end zone for the goal.
what?
Oh,
There's a small call
there is
there.
a call.
No, it's all resolved,
Call is
so
taken
it's a
back.
score.
Yep.
Outside of the end
Fabulous
zone.
11.
You get the replay on the. Yeah.
Outside of the end zone.
Get a
Here is our
replay on that one.
replay. Laura makes a
High
great
throw
catch
to
over her
Niederhuser
head,
that she
swings
brings
it
it
back
in.
to Janika,
Niederhuser
leading her
back
to the
to
wide side of the field.
Janika.
Datsa very smartly stops that
Finds
cut,
Charlotte
opening space for her
Terrassen.
teammate to score
In
the
the
goal
end zone
at the
for-
front cone.
Very nice teamwork there, working together, making space for each other.
West working things out on offense, looking to generate more deep shots.
Yeah.
Pull goes up from Asra, rolls out the forehand sideline at about the level of the brick mark. Sima Fogel starts with the disc, looking across the field, fires the backhand to Ferro, right around the brick mark. Ferro up to Flo. Flo moves the mark with her fakes.
Natalie with the disc.
Looking for Flo again. Natalie with a great turn the
Oh.
page backhand huck that is going to get caught for the goal. Wonderful vision, wonderful throw.
And Roxanne was there to collect it.
That is the offense that West really wants to play. Fabulous wanted to come out with a force middle sort of option to take away their big shots, but that turn the page throw is exactly what that opens up. Wonderfully executed by West.
Flo moves the
Let's
mark
see
with
that
her
again.
Fakes.
Flo
Natalie
throws
with the
up
disc.
the line. Nice
Looking
fake
for
to move the
Flo again.
mark,
Natalie
and
with a
then
great
boosts
turn
the
the page,
backhand.
huck.
She
that is
even
going to
had
get
two
caught
receivers
for the
there.
goal.
Very well done. Fans love it. (11-4) for Fabulous. This is the time for West to go on a run. See what pressure they put on the hometown heroes from Barrett. Yannick Gallen firing up her teammates.
She starts with the disc. Pull goes up.
Nice high hanging pull. Datsa brings it down, centers to Olivia. Looking, fires that around backhand to Janika. Underneath the Hannah Ecker. In the middle of the field, looking for the next option. Datsa gets herself open. Big forehand fake, opens up a backhand to Laura Niederhuser. Is able to put a forehand inside out to Jannika Kappelman. Yannick finds Olivia Hauser, moving the marks with fakes. Great basic offense. Over to Janika, over to Hannah Ecker in the front corner of the end zone for a goal. Unfazed offense. 12-4 Fabulous.
It's like dump and swing in front of the end zone until something opens up. So it's really smart, calm play from Fabulous.
What Fabulous is doing really well in this game is making the mark irrelevant. Whatever West is trying to force, Fabulous is moving the disc fast enough that the mark can't ever really get set. And so the disc is just moving sideline to sideline, and it's almost impossible to play defense that way. Here's this throw again,
Finds
so you can see
Olivia
what
Hauser.
we mean. Janika over to
Moving
Ola,
marks
who just
with
throws one
fakes.
fake, and it's back to
Great
Janika,
basic
and then
offense. Over to
scoring to
Janika.
Hannah in the front corner of the
Over
end
to
zone.
Hannah
So hard to
Ecker
play
in
defense
the front
downfield when
corner
the
of
disc
the
is
end
moving
zone.
that quickly and that laterally.
You simply can't shut down all the options.
Mhm.
Need to choose.
If you heard that sneeze on the live stream, that was actually the birthday girl, Anina Cavet, who is turning 17 today again. Fabulous getting ready to pull. 3 points away from a Swiss championship. Pull is up and in the air, is going to land right about at the brick mark. Eliane Lehmann comes out to pick it up, swings it out to the open side. Phoebe Chambon makes a nice undercut and takes a few steps with the disc. I'm sure that's fine. Moving back across the field, West now putting on their lateral movement skills as they clear out space, attack the open side. Eliane holds onto the disc. Disc is moving back and forth across the field very comfortably and calmly. Throw goes up to Flo Windler, hangs a little bit, but Flo brings it down. West is now knocking on the door in an unfortunate rush for West.
Here we got
Thrower.
defense
Yep.
from Eugenia.
Fabulous playing wonderful defense. In that particular offensive system, it's very easy for throwers to look up and think that they have to make the throw right away, even though Flo is coming up the line kind of wide open. If they waited 2 seconds, that would have been a goal. As it is, Fabulous's disc being walked in at the front corner. Sarina Schenk runs up the line hard. The disc hangs a little bit, and Vero gets an enormous D. Flo Windler runs to the disc, picking it up, and away we go on offense again. Backhand break, backhand break. Phoebe Chambon possesses right in front of the end zone, waiting for an upline cut from Eliane.
Nice footwork
Goal
there.
West. Now West has calmed down and is playing really, really fantastic offense and defense.
Yes. Great pressure in the start to get that defense, get the disc back.
On offense again. So here is the
Backhand
replay
break,
that we are
backhand break.
looking at right now.
Phoebe
Disc goes
Chambon
over to
possesses right in
Phoebe.
front of the
Watch
end zone.
Eliane make this cut up line.
Waiting for
That is
an
what
upline cut from
Flo had made the
Eliane.
throw before.
Nice
Wonderful
footwork
West.
cut, wonderful tiptoeing on the line to keep that disc in. Great high release from
there. And good communication between Eliane and Phoebe there.
Perfect. 12-5. Fabulous. West pulling to put a run on. The wind picks up just a little bit, swirling just a little bit more. Let's see if it has any effect on the way the defense and offense match up, the movement of the offensive disc.
I can see that the wind is just putting a little bit more of kind of interesting shapes on the throws. Like if the throw goes up a little bit too much.
Yannick Gallen's pull goes out of bounds. Datsa raises her arm, signaling that it will come in at the brick mark. There's me hitting my microphone with my hand again. Olga sets up on the mark. West continuing to play person offense as Fabulous comes out with something like a split stack with Laura isolated in the middle of the field. Disc goes up to Yannicka. Moving over to Hannah Ecker. Yannick Gallen doing an excellent job on Niederhuser, making it really difficult for her to get the disc. Disc is swung over to Ola on the backhand side, who puts up a big floaty throw for Yannick.
And great defense there from Surby.
Great defense from Surby, coming off of the back person on the stack to play the disc. Nice throw, good attempt. Yannicka almost had it. Anina, our birthday girl, almost picked up the trash too, but great defense from Surby. Great heads-up awareness. West bringing the disc in on the forehand side of the goal line.
Get Jenna with the disc.
Jenna up to
Olga.
Olga.
Weighing her options.
Playing very safe with the disc as it goes from Jenna to Yannick, and we are back on the backhand side of the field looking for
Kennedy
options.
Coming in.
The wind picks up just at the wrong time and just boosts that disc up over the receiver's hands. Fabulous's disc coming in again on the backhand sideline with Olivia Hauser picking up. Up to Eric, up to Laura. There's some discussion. Laura looking to move it off the line. Puts up a big backhand to Yannicka on the backhand side. Fabulous looking to turn the page or attack the front cone. One of the two. Yannicka over to Datsa, swinging all the way to the forehand side. Olivia wide open to Anina Cavén for a goal. That makes it 13-5. Did I mention that it is Anina's birthday? Have I mentioned
I
that?
might have heard you mentioning
Aha.
that before. I'm not fully sure, but I have an inkling that it might have been the case.
Ah, yes. Well, yes. Still a year away
But-
from 18. It's crazy. And now the fans are singing happy birthday to Anina, which is really wonderful. Let's take a look at that replay as the fans serenade the birthday girl. Yannicka holding the disc in the middle of the field, finds Datsa, great peel cut from Ola, who just finds a perfectly timed cut from the birthday girl, Anina, for a goal. Anina acknowledges the crowd,
She's looking very happy about that
very,
one.
very pleased with herself. As well she should be. Congratulations to her on her birthday and the goal. 13-5 Fabulous in this final. Fabulous has a team member / teammate helping out, keeping each other cool. Olivia Hauser was just surprised by that teammate's squirting water in her face. Made for a hilarious scene here on the sideline. The pull goes up. Elian Lehmann picks up to Seema on the backhand side. Seema wasting no time, putting the deep shot to Phoebe Shamba. Wonderful throw, wonderful run. That is exactly the game that West needs to play. Fabulous gets the disc back, but they have to go a full 70 meters to the opposite end zone.
So we get
if they
Azra
want to
starting
score.
with the disc.
West defense talking to Elian comes off of her player to almost get a poach block. Anna Kampfer looking for help.
Oh, there's a stall out
There
call.
is a call on the field.
Stall out call.
Stall out is called. It's coming back to Anna Kampfer. It looks like a contested stall, so it will be Diskin stall 9. The right decision here tends to be to just jack it. Let us see whether we try to complete a short pass.
She has Domi right next to her, so she might also just...
It is coming in on stall 8, but officially that's tap.
Yeah.
Then the first thing you say is stall 9.
Yes.
Gets rid of it to Kropfli, who goes backhand. Lucy Pocha puts good pressure on that reset, but it is complete. West looking to force backhand and get people out of their rhythm. Collision,
Injury call.
and Asra is coming off with an injury. Niederhuser replaces
Azra.
Asra. And there's a discussion between Lucy and Melina about where the stall should come in. Lucy checks with her defense, see if everybody's ready. Checks it in. And now we've switched the mark back to forehand. The disc goes off of Niederhuser's fingertips. Seema Vogel picks up, goes straight to Elian, who feeds it nicely into the end zone.
To Natalie.
To Natalie for a goal.
There was a nice fast break offense from West there.
Exactly. It is 13-6 now, Fabulous. But West has clearly found their rhythm in this game. Defensive intensity has picked up quite a bit.
And they're also
Offensive
more
flows.
daring.
Yes, absolutely. That was with their defense. So here, let's see this play one more time. And now we've switched the mark back to forehand. It's just a little bit high. This goes off of Seema gets the D, picks the disc up, moves it right to Elian, who just plays it very nice and smoothly into the end zone, where only her own player can catch it.
Yes. It looks like she took out a page of the Fabulous playbook. Just don't wait long. Just throw it, because you will have a player right there.
Good high percentage strategy. Seema's huck coming right off of the start of that point too is marvelous.
Yes.
It didn't get completed, but a great look, wonderfully executed. Yannick's pull goes out of bounds. Olivia Hauser bringing the disc in at the brick mark as Fabulous sets up in a vertical stack. with a couple of cutters pinned to the sideline. Oh, I take it back. That turned out to have been an accident.
I was wondering about the interesting stack setup they had.
Now West is playing a very spongy defense here, trying to take away the throwing lanes and make Fabulous throw the disc back and forth, which Fabulous is obliging them in doing. Disc is going up to Eugenia. They've completed 4 or 5 passes and gained 5 meters or so. Yannick with a daring bid, putting pressure on Niederhuser's catch. Datsa up to Eugenia, who goes back to Datsa. Disc is now 5 meters out of the end zone on the forehand side, as Fabulous swings it back all the way towards the backhand sideline, and once again putting on a clinic about moving the disc from sideline to sideline to make it easy on their cutters to score.
Yes, especially in front of the end zone. Patient, swing it, point. And Charlotte with another point.
With another point for Fabulous. West's defense on that point was really excellent the whole way. Once a team is on the sideline 5 meters out of the end zone, it is very difficult to play good D at that point. And so watching Yannick Galland move around the middle of the field early, forcing Fabulous to make more throws, and then choosing her moment and taking her shot to generate a turnover off Laura Niederhuser was great defensive strategy. Fabulous lining up to pull again, up now.
It's 14-6.
14-6, that is correct. This is game point for Fabulous. Big pull goes off, lands almost exactly on the brick mark, and rolls to the forehand sideline. Eliane Lehmann picking up, looking to center the disc. That is well defended by Anna Kampfer. Hits her second option in Phoebe Shambaugh, who turns back to the forehand sideline, throws and goes up line. There is a pick called downfield.
Players getting organized again.
Players are walking back to where they were when the pick was called. We have both people in the offensive backfield for West going up the line hard. I wouldn't be surprised to see one of them, the one closest to us, going deep. Yep, and that's exactly what happens. As Eliane centers the disc again to Jenna, who fires across the field to Vero.
Just when the wind is picking up again.
The wind is certainly picking up again. Phoebe Shambaugh is well defended, and that throw from Vero goes just over her hand. Fabulous picking up the disc to win this game. Hannah Ecker across to Sarina Schenk. Good fakes from Sarina, who fires it off to Asra, who's back in this game. Asra fires a little bit outside for Sarina, who can't quite get her fingertips around it, as West regains possession on the Fabulous half of the field. Jenna over to Eliane, who makes a nice throw and go move off of the calluses of her hands, you might say. From Eliane, Fabulous once again takes a timeout to calm themselves down in what could be the last possession of this 2019 Swiss Championship.
Yeah, they're in possession of the disc, so if they score this point, it will mean a gold medal for them this year's Women's Swiss Championships. Of course, West will try to not allow that, to keep the game going a little bit longer, to put more points on the board. So, yes, both teams. Focus time for Fabulous and getting pumped up just one more time, or even more times for a bit longer for on the West side. So, a lot of talking, cheering. The raised fist of Flo that I've seen in the West Circle.
West bringing all of their fire back into this point, recommitting themselves to playing defense, getting the turnover and putting this disc in the end zone, and starting to come back from here. This game has been going on for a little bit more than 60 minutes. There is still time for West to mount a comeback.
Yes. If they want to come back, it's now or never.
Literally. Sarina Schenk walks back to the disc. Once again, we're going to have the offense take 30 seconds to get themselves set up on the field, and then they will freeze. And then the defense will get 30 seconds to set themselves up and freeze before we check the disc back in. We have Sarina, Hannah Ecker, and Asra in the handler set. Fabulous coming out in a horizontal offense. Last time they came out of a timeout in this, what they did is they sent the two strong side cutters deep immediately and filled with the third cutter from the forehand side. This would be Anna Kempfer running to the strong side sideline if they run the same play again. Vero and Lucy are both backing their players in anticipation of the possibility of a deep throw. Sarina moves the disc off the line right away. Hannah with a very good fake and then misses Sarina with a backhand. West is regaining possession on the forehand sideline right outside of the end zone. Vero runs her player around and throws a big turn-the-page throw to Jenna for the West goal. 14-7, Fabulous. And this is the place where West is looking to make the run.
Yes.
Because, again, starting this next point, Fabulous is now receiving to win. A great deal of heart and grit from this West team.
Yes. I think they're talking to, they gave themselves during the half.
Vero runs her player so seeing this replay again, Vero steps around, fires that backhand to Jenna, who makes no doubt about it, sticking both feet in the end zone and bringing that down. West has had a great deal of success with their turn-the-page throws. Their big backhands from the forehand side of the field all the way to the backhand. What Fabulous has been doing with 3 backhands and then firing to the corner, West has been doing with 1. Flo Vindler with a big backhand pull to start our 14-7 point. Datsa picks up the disc, moves it to the backhand side to Olivia Hauser. The crowd very much in the pocket of West right now as Eugenia Hauser looks for, Eugenia Harms looks for the end zone with a big forehand huck.
Yeah, it's some
Noe
stumble or something like this.
Yes, Noe had position on Charlotta, and Charlotta tripped Noe up and wasn't able to reach the disc, is what it looked like from here.
Yeah.
Great defense from Noe. Way to put her body between her player and the disc. Flo Vindler starting things out on offense for West. Over to Noe, over to Yannick. Disc moving quickly now. Yannick back to Noe. Noe looking for some help. Noe over to Flo. Flo swings it all the way to the forehand sideline to Olga, who puts that up. Datsa gets the D and looks like takes a shot to the head. Up to Olivia, up to Laura, over to Yannicka. Yannicka to Eugenia. Eugenia looks off Datsa, wants to fire to Ola. Great pressure from West on defense, but Ola brings it down, fires a forehand into the end zone, and Yannick Galland is there for the D.
So, Yanni on Yanni.
Yeah, I know. It's I mean, one of them is pronounced in more of a
Yannick.
German sort of thing.
Yannick and Yannicka.
Yeah.
Still.
You're starting to see a little bit more trigger happiness now from Fabulous. They want this point badly, and they want it now. Where they had previously been playing like a machine, now they're trying to force things into the end zone. Yannick has the disc in
Excited.
and just puts it up. Oh, a foul is called between Olga and Datsa. That was pretty clearly from Yannick the right decision to make on stall 8 or 9. Nothing was happening with her around the disc. She needed to send it deep. She did. Olga had a shot at that disc, and Datsa made a play from behind Olga, and that is what the discussion is right now,
Yes.
whether or not contact with Olga caused.
It's contested.
Okay. Yep.
It goes back to the thrower.
The players couldn't agree on what happened, and so the right thing to do in those situations is send the disc back. Neither player was going to acknowledge that they were wrong. I'm making this sound worse than it is. This is a very typical outcome of foul calls. You see things differently, and so when you see things differently, you just take it back and redo it.
Step back in time.
Yes, step back in time. A nice upline cut from West sends the disc back up to the backhand sideline. Olga in possession now. Moves it off the sideline to Noe, who's holding the disc in the middle of the field, fires across just a little bit low. Disc ends up on the ground as Olivia Hauser picks it up and is looking to end it with a big bendy forehand to Charlotte Terrasa just outside the end zone. 5 meters to go. Around to Janneke Kappelman, around again to Olivia Hauser. Very aggressive, very good mark from West. Janneke in possession again, back to Ola.
Sam Ole, it's an interesting matchup there.
Yeah. Ola back to Janneke, and the wind favors West, boosting the disc up and over the hand of the intended receiver. West in possession again, moving back down the field. Sam up to Flo. Flo is going to look to move the disc down the field, talking to her teammates, asking for more from the
Great
sidelines.
playing from Sam and Flo there.
Flo catching the disc on the outside. Flo looking across the field with a big forehand blade.
Oh,
That is a break for West. Their first of the game
oh yes, that's true.
on the comeback trail. 14-8. Fabulous over West. Really wonderful running. Move the disc down the field. From Flo. Let us watch this again. Flo just runs away from her mark,
Great playing from
receives
Sam
the
and Flo
pass up the line, and
catching
then
the disc on
fires
the
a
outside.
bendy
Flo looking
forehand to
across
the
the
weak side of the
field with a
field
big
to a
forehand
wide open
blade.
Noe.
That is a break
Datsa, when
for
realizing where the disc was going, understands that she has no play on it. Excellently executed offense from West.
And it all started off with this really nice give and go play between Sam and Flo from the back of the field. So.
Wonderful point from Sam, too, putting pressure on Ola Hauser at exactly the right times and in exactly the right ways. Never quite successfully, but made everything a little bit more difficult, which is exactly what West needed to do. And now West, energized off of their break, is going to look to string several of these together. Big pull goes up. That is a very nice looking pull. It's going to pin Fabulous on their goal line. Asra starts, swings it to Sarina Schenk, still hasn't made it to the brick mark. Back to Asra, back to Sarina. This is the defense that West needs to play, sitting in the lanes, making Fabulous move the disc side to side without gaining any yards. The crowd, again, loving the underdog. Big cheers for West. Asra with the disc on the forehand side, working back across the field, taking a long shot. Vero
It's a foul call there.
makes a nice play on the disc, apparently gets contact with Sarina, who is calling a foul. It's unclear to me what the nature of this discussion is, whether Sarina is saying there was contact. It sort of looks like she's saying that Sarina had the disc in her hand and Vero knocked it out after Sarina had stopped control or stopped the spin of the disc. These two play together on national teams regularly and
Yes.
know each other quite well, not only as competitors but also as teammates. One of the really unusual elements of Ultimate Frisbee in general is the pantomiming that
Yeah.
goes on the foul calls, which you can read from far away. There is a contested foul, so the disc is going to go back to Asra. Asra, one might say, probably shouldn't have thrown that throw at all, given that Anna Kempfer is between her and Sarina, so that was the more difficult option that she had. But the only just thing to do in this situation to see whether or not it was a foul is to just put it up again and let them play. That will almost definitely not happen. Asra looking downfield, finds Anna Kempfer on the forehand sideline. Kempfer looking off the line, moves it back to Asra. Elian casting the net, keeping the disc on the forehand sideline.
Dominic with the disc to Azra.
Doing it again. Elian once again doing a great job on the mark. There's the Sarina Vero matchup that we've been waiting for. Sarina fires to the sideline. Hannah Ecker with the disc 10 meters out of the end zone. Back across to Anna Kempfer, who can't quite get a hand on it. Lucy Pocha takes off for the end zone. Phoebe Shamba picks it up, starts the movement up to Elian. Elian holding the disc, finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Now the disc is moving quickly the way it needs to. Lucy with a nice fake up to Elian, makes a nice grab, up to Phoebe, finishing it. That's 2 consecutive breaks for West.
Yes, I think the fires back
14
in their legs and heads and hands.
The crowd loves it. Crowd clearly cheering for West. West's defense is 200% better than it was
Yes.
in the first half. They have made things difficult for Fabulous. Leon holding the disc. Let's see this again.
Finds a receiver
Great
in the middle
catch
of the field.
on
Now
an
the disc
underneath
is moving
pass
quickly
up to
the way
Lucy,
it
who
needs
throws a
to.
nice
Lucy
fake,
with a nice
hits
poke,
Elian up the line. Again,
fake
makes a
up
nice
to
stab,
Elian,
and
makes a
then
nice
just
grab,
attacking that
up to
open
Phoebe,
side
finishing it.
sideline over
That's
and
2
over. Finds
consecutive
Phoebe
breaks.
Shemba in the end zone for the score. 14-9, Fabulous West. Once again, Fabulous receiving to win. But it's been that way now for 3 times. Do you know what the score is? It's 0-0. I'm just teasing. I don't actually
you're
know what the score
quoting.
is. I'm
I'm
absolutely
sarcastic.
not. But for West, really, if you're thinking about it in those terms, it's 0-0 game to 1 every single point.
And this
West
is
is-
what they're doing now. And if you, the second half has definitely been better for them. It's like
Absolutely.
even points.
Yes. Flo, big pull out here. What West was so successful at defensively that last point was keeping Fabulous on one half of the field and not letting them go all the way across the field. Ola lofts backhand up. Yannicka Koppelman throws the disc low and into the ground. West back on offense, moving down the field once again. The crowd, again, still favoring West highly. Noe with nice disc skills bounces it outside to Flo Vindler on the backhand sideline. Flo fires across the field to Olga. Olga looking for Flo again. Flo is so fast. It's so difficult to keep up with her in a throw and go situation. West's disc 10 meters outside of the end zone. Flo with a big backhand to Yannick Gallan that works perfectly. Yannick fires and low inside out forehand to Noe
Yes.
for the score once more. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 14-10.
Yes.
The crowd energized into this game, cheering for West.
So fast.
Let's see this
So
play again.
difficult to keep up with her in a throw
Watch
and go
Flo's
situation.
big step around
West's
backhand
disc,
to
10 meters
Yannick.
outside of the end zone.
Great
Flo
low
with a big
release,
backhand to
fires
Yannick
back across the
Gallan
field.
that
Yannick
goes perfectly.
moves the
Yannick
mark with a backhand fake,
fires
and finds
and
Noe right in the
low
front corner.
Inside out forehand to
This shot is not showing the full energy of the crowd that we have seen and that you can hear clearly echoing from
From the other side.
from the other sideline. Fabulous, doubtless having a conversation about, like, let's just do our thing. This is easy. Offense has been easy all game. Throws and catches, all the same basic stuff. West has got to be in each other's faces, like, let's go, which is exactly the kind of energy that they
Yes.
need, and will.
But I also have
from
the
now.
impression that West kind of pulled the lines together, so they're playing
Yes.
more in a
Mhm.
power line,
Yes,
offense and defense, or the defense situation now.
yes, it
It's a
is.
team, there are a lot of players playing again and again on the field.
Yes.
We again have Elian, we again have Yannick on
Yes.
the field, we have Flo on the field, Vero, Phoebe.
Those players, they have been taking rests 1 out of every 4 points or something like that, and there's always at least 3 of them on the field. Big pull from Flo, goes and lands on the forehand side of the brick mark. Azra moves to the disc. Once again, West is playing this defense in which they are looking to take away the lanes, try to make Fabulous throw just a couple more throws than they would otherwise throw, pulling back some throws. Azra with a wonderful possession-saving pass, moving the disc back to Hannah Ecker. Sarina Schenk on the side, who Vero was really looking to snack on that swing. Sarina back to Asra, back to Sarina. This is exactly the kind of thing that West is looking for. Just a lot of side-to-side passing, no boosting, but there's a boost. Hannah fires to the end zone, just a little bit too long.
Out of reach, and West has another chance to work it up to the other side.
On this possession, West has to go the full 70, and say all the way back, but Elian looking to walk the disc to the line. West coming out in a vertical stack.
Get Elian with the disc.
Look for Jenna to run hard up the line and for Yannicka to fill that space. The disc ends up stuck on the forehand side as Elian boosts it into the middle of the field. Vero cannot come down with it. Fabulous now picking the disc up and looking to run up the field. Disc 2 meters out of the end zone. Asra with the disc in her hands.
Miscommunication on the defense.
Yes.
People not being defended.
Now Jenna on the mark. Hannah Ecker with the disc.
Just bobbled out of their hands.
Looks like Vero punched it out a little bit.
Pressure.
And Elian looking to put it in play right away. With the offense that West is running, starting from a dead disc on the cone is the most difficult part.
Go
Yannick
Phoebe.
boosts it deep to Phoebe, who's well covered by Sarina. Fabulous comes up with another D, but now they have to go 65 meters to score. This is a much better situation for West than when Fabulous started with the disc last time. Hannah Ecker walking to the disc. Fabulous, very active downfield. Hannah over to Asra. Lucy Pocha with a run through D, and Jenna picking up immediately, looking to get the disc in motion. Jenna over to Yannick. Yannick looking for her next option. It's Flo Vindler. Flo fires to the end zone. A layout grab
From Vero.
from Vero. A layout, two-handed pancake grab. The least safe catch in all of Ultimate. But when you're a star, you make it work.
Yes.
14-11 Fabulous.
Yes.
This is a 5-point run, I think, for West. Then over to Yannick. Let's see this play again.
Looking for her next option.
Yannick finds Flo Vindler, who just wastes
Flo
no
fires to
time
the
in
end zone.
floating this pass.
A layout
What a
grab.
catch from Vero.
From Vero.
From Vero. Two hands on the disc, and that's bookends for her, as we say, as she was the one who got the D in the other end
That's
zone,
right.
getting around Asra and punching the disc out. Elian taking a rest, Yannick taking a rest, Vero taking a rest. This is what West has to do in order to get this win. They need their stars to be able to rest 1 point in order to come back and close this game out.
Which means this time the pressure will be on Sam, Noe, and Inge
Exactly.
from the handler set.
If they can make this difficult for Fabulous, and if they can get a break, West has a real shot. Ola receives the disc, puts it down to Datsa. The crowd loud in the ears of the players on the field. Charlotta with the disc up on the forehand side. It goes up to Laura Nuderhuser, who hangs the throw high. It does not matter.
Good
Jannica
Jannica.
Koppelman brings it down in traffic, and Fabulous has won the 2019 Swiss Championship.
Yes. But West definitely stepped it up in the second half.
What a game.
So make it really an interesting game.
What a game from both teams.
Yes.
A real clinic in how to play Ultimate well. Real clinic in mental toughness from West.
Yes.
Really, really wonderful game. Congratulations to both of the teams.